Hello everybody, Ken here, back with some more Hearthstone gameplay, some more Tavern Brawl. Hope all of you are doing extremely well today. Let's get rid of this priest deck, we had some fun with it. I'd like to see them add more slots. What should we try out? Should we try the rogue? Seems like rogue could be pretty solid with combos. Okay, so what do we want off the bat? I'm thinking sap is quite useful because they play a 10 mana minion and we just bop it back to their hand. Gang up could be good to stop us running out of cards, plus we have a lot of good targets for it. If this, always a good shout. I think if this is always going to be worth having. Assassinate, definitely, we're going to see some big cards. Maybe pop a vanishing. We definitely want 2 sprints. We pop a vanishing. Just for emergencies. SI agent is okay. I think we have to think quite big. I would maybe take a betrayal. Backstab is always a good card, but is it good enough? Shadow Step might be good enough. Well, let's play on for now. Draw a card. Always good to draw cards. Let's bop up to the far end and see what we've got. I think we're going to end up with quite a few of the same cards. It's just the way these are going to go. That's maybe the problem with this, is you're going to see a lot of people running a lot of the same cards. Okay, hang on. Dragon. Just 2 currently. We could run 2 Volcanic Drakes and Ren Blackhand. I don't know how I feel about that. Conceptually. Venture Co. always interesting. I think Spectral Knight is a good shout. Azure Drake with the card draw. 9 more cards. Okay. How do I feel about my Exner? Not too incredible, to be honest. I mean, if my Exner had Taunt, perhaps. Which, you know. So the takeaway there for me is perhaps that it's worth running Defender of Argus. The buff up to Taunt. And not having Mind Control is a sad time. I'm also quite sad that I don't think I actually have the clone dude, whose name I completely forget. The guy who comes in as a copy of other cards. Well, not to worry. We'll get by. Let's pop back over to. Do we pop a Jeeves in? I like the idea of having a Jeeves to speed things up. Random 1-cost minion might be worth having, to be honest. Like, because 1-cost minions amongst such a sizable force. Baron Rivendare, probably not worthwhile. Maybe I'll pop a Cult Master in, or where's what about the other taunt lady. Do we have... where are you? Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do. No, it doesn't look like it. Sun Fury Protector. Be under S. No. Well, we'll put a big game hunter in. I think there's always going to be a target for big game hunter. Other than that, Deathlord. You know, I'm sure they won't have anything too dangerous. Okay, what else do we want? Are we just gonna go all big all the way? I'm very tempted by this hungry dragon. I think the payoff is not decent for the opponent. Spellbreaker. Let's run Spellbreakers. And we have Fugan in, we also have Stalagan, yes. Okay. I think maybe run a Spiteful Smith. Or we could run a second Sunwalker. A decent shout. Sea Giant, also okay. Let's run the Sunwalker, shall we? Force Tank Max I think is decent in this matchup, for sure. But I like the 4 health. I think there's a good chance of seeing priests. So anytime we see a priest, we're going to be in good shape. Okay, let's try that out and see how it goes. We can always tweak it. You could definitely play some combo rogue if you wanted. Not as strong as it used to be, but that kind of miracle rogue. Just bouncing cards through your hand. With the auctioneer. Yep, here we go. A rogue. Swift. Swift the rogue.
Watch your back.
Okay. Do we want betrayal off the bat? Not necessarily. I think it's more useful when the board's more full, so...
The pleasure is mine.
Oof. It's a good thing we actually don't have that much in our hand right now. It's an interesting play, the Mind Vision turn 1, just to kind of get a view of what we have in our hand. Also, good chance after the draw that, you know, we kept 3 cards, so he's probably thinking we've got some decent stuff. And we've got some decent stuff. Okay. We could just match him. I don't think that's especially beneficial.
For the Lich King! Lead you to master.
Let's get business on the board.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Okay. A solid play for sure. Oh. At +2 health. Intense, intense. Okay. We'll spell damage, draw a card. Or we can buff up. That won't keep this creature alive. Oof, the early Stalag, the early Thaddeus potential. Or do we take the Abyss? I think we can trade in here.
too soon.
For Kel'Thuzar!
Okay. So let's see what Swift does. Been through both Stormwind champions now.
I see
So kind of a relief that we dealt with those off the bat. Oh. Well, we had Fugan out. So actually, I don't think we want to play Stalag until his Fugan is dead. If we can avoid it. Or we can avoid it. 5 mana coin. Gotta be worth it, right? That's good value. I kind of want to play Sunwalker Jeeves, but that doesn't help us. So it's just gonna have to be raw Sunwalker.
Here we go.
Let's stab him in the face. Take that, Swift. What do you think? This is an interesting way of doing the brawl. Again, kind of like last week, it's not particularly complicated in terms of how the design is. But I think on balance, if they spend their time designing a really different one, like they did with the Ragnaros versus Nefarian. Well, but anyway, with that particularly complicated deck, I think if you do something like that and then build into something more. Crikey, we're just gonna die here, aren't we? 11, 17. We don't have taunt, so gonna be a
Well played.
be a quick end. Anyway, as I was saying, the initial start was... The initial Tavern Brawl was really exciting. So going from that into some simpler ones is a bit of a... not a disappointment so much, but it would be nice to see another one of those big ones. But if we take a couple of weeks of simple ones that are still actually, I think, quite fun,
Watch your back.
I'm happy to do that. And I'm happy to have, you know, simple ones like all random cards, or hey, you start with 10 mana, that presumably don't take too much time to develop, so they can then spend more time
The pleasure
developing the more advanced techniques. Oh, the Sneed off the bat. A big play. Okay.
Your magic shall not save you.
Let's give ourselves options.
Well played. Thank you.
Definitely don't want to run into another legendary from Sneed. I do feel this is the one issue with this is it's one that suffers from not having quite so many cards, but that's fine. That's fine. It's a challenge. We love a challenge. Gosh, I could be a mage right now and Flame Strike. See, this is one where, you know, Betrayal isn't as useful unless we kill. Okay.
I wonder.
Spectral Knight. Dalag. Dorisian. Ivis Betrayal. Sure. I'll take the cheaper cards. Definitely. Always worth having. By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power. This guy's gone with the same deck as us. I like this card back a lot. Real stylish card back.
Take heart. The Earth Mother is near.
Now what do we fancy here? Duplicate seems like a solid shout to me. In which case we don't want to risk killing this fellow. So 4, 5, 6, 7. That would actually do us for the turn. Would I rather give him another Ken than another Dr. Boom? Probably. I think giving them 2 Dr. Booms would be
So many options.
perhaps a little too crazy. Alternatively, we could Spellbreaker, play the Stormwind Champ, keep it nice and simple.
Soon.
Your magic shall not save me.
Behold the light of Stormwind!
The duplicate isn't going to trigger on their turn. Presuming it's duplicate, it might not be duplicate. I like the Spellbreaker play anyway because it counters the mirror entity nicely. Okay. Right, well, he has lethal on board, so we may just kind of have to go for it. Do we give him 2 Dr. Booms and clear his side of the board? Kind of pains me to do that.
Soon.
But it pains me to sap it as well. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't duplicate. So what does that leave? It leaves Ice Barrier and Ice Block. It's not ideal because we wasted the silence in a way.
Take heart. The Earth Mother.
And we get him to replay. Oh no, we did kill Doom at least. Okay, so options here. We can sap again. Get him to keep wasting that mana. Maybe we play the Drake and see what we draw. Or do we play Spectral Knight, Stalag and sap?
For the Lich King!
Get ourselves some more synergy. Make sure we kind of keep the tempo up. These creatures are so big that just simply being able to hit face could be enough.
I
Okay.
have no time for games.
Sylvanus. Oh, to have another Spellbreaker. Okay, well there's the mirror entity. Do. I think we play our stuff and then see where we end up.
Die, mage.
See if it's vaporize. Not vaporize. I would love to have pulled out the assassinate, but he pulled the one creature that couldn't be assassinated, and that's fine. More Kaleda, more Kadela. Oh, this frost is actually really quite smart, I think. Stops us doing our business. We vanish but don't have anything to do with it. I think we have to vanish or we pretty much die. We could Nefarian, but the odds that we get a 1 mana spell that will deal with Spectral Knight are basically 0. So...
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
Hello. Well, here we go.
Still got options. But we're in a tough strait. We're in a very tough strait.
The Earth Mother is near.
Maybe Rogue wasn't the way to go. We'll never know. Or maybe the way we drafted Rogue wasn't the way to go. Double assassinate. I mean, double assassinate keeps us alive.
So many.
The Earth Mother are upon us.
The classic double assassinate play on Can.
Well played. I'm sorry.
Oh, the pain. Well played, Morkadela. Okay, so Rogue not working out. Perhaps it's what we drew. Perhaps it's just not a great deck. I feel like we have a bit of trash down the bottom. Let's try a Druid. I think a Druid could be fun. Lots of nice big creatures. Okay. Let's have a think. Healing Touch may be worthwhile, actually. Poison Seeds could be very good. Could be very, very good. Here. Definitely get these big fellas. Get them in. We'll start off up the big end. Up the big end. There we are. We'll put all these classics in. Let's put the Force Tank Maxes in. I keep skipping over them, but I think they're probably worthwhile. Just not as many legendaries as we'd like, really. Freeze. Freeze could be quite useful. But 6 mana is a lot of mana. Still not had the Thaddeus combo come out. Sludge Belchers, just to kind of slow down their attacks. I don't feel like Azure Drake's been great for us. Spellbreaker has been useful. Definitely. Healbot is a possibility. But honestly, I think perhaps the creature is not useful enough. And I might prefer to have Boop over here. I might prefer to have the Healing Touch. Okay. Poison Seeds. How are we on beasts? Probably not too high, to be honest. We're on 0 beasts, which is not very many beasts. Starfire I like because it draws a card. Do. Druid of the Claw is okay. Mark of Nature could be good, I think. And then if we grab Big Game Hunter. Big Game Hunter. Got the fun in his sights. I've got the fun in my sights. Bam. And anyone else? The Cult Master, perhaps? Okay. This really does come down to very, very quick. As you might expect, it kind of is just who gets it out first. So maybe we should mulligan for, you know, unless we get the very, very biggest and best. Just so we can dump them out early. Okay. Denarbez. Okay, Denarbez. Let's see what you've got. We've got the big boys. I quite like this as a look. I might lose the Lumberer. It's okay, but it's better when stuff dies, so we can play it cheaply. Playing it for 9 is, we're not going to do that when we have Ironbark. I like Ironbark as an early play. Big Game, obviously. We can Ironbark and Big Game if he plays something big to start with. Ooh. Thought Steel always a good...
My time.
I meant to greet him. I clicked the wrong one. Piloted Sky Golem. An interesting start. For sure. Probably not worth the silence on our end. But interesting that that's what they chose to start with. Is that kind of indicative of their hand? Or are they trying to lure things out with a card that's very tempting to deal with? You know, it'd be your normal Hearthstone mechanics say, I need to get rid of this thing. Okay. Nice and flashy. I can get behind that.
I've got the beast in my sight.
I've got the fun in my sights. Bam! I like Big Game Hunter. I know it's easy to criticize him for just killing all the cool, fun, big shit. But
I've got the beast in my sight.
I think he's an important card to have because it's a card that can kind of weave in and out with the meta. I wonder if that's what he pulled from us. I should have been paying more attention, clearly. Okay. We have options here. Not too many options, but we have options. Could play the Lumberer. I think that's a decent shout. Not ideal. I think going first in this might actually be a huge boon. Oh, he thought stole it. Oh, the plays. Oh, and the Cult Master out of the... What? Whoa. That was something else. Holy dingle.
Your magic shall not save you. Your magic shall not save you.
Wow. Wow, we're dead. It's all over. Let's hope he doesn't notice. But he'll probably notice. Crikey, that... I'm speechless. Thought-stolen Kel'Thuzad. Piloted Sky Golem. Drops the Cult Master. Draws him 2 cards. Oh. 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 Wow. We've been running into it hard. Okay. Okay. That's fine. To be honest, I'm as excited to see cool stuff as I am to actually win these games. We know we've opened a pack. We got what we needed. I just want to see fun things happen. And we're seeing that. Hey, we won, what, like 7. We won almost all our games last week. This week, the RNG's not in our favour. The draws aren't in our favour. The deck collection I have is perhaps not in my favour.
I must protect.
Let's keep the healing touch, you know. I'm always of a mind to debate whether it would be beneficial to allow healing beyond 30. Obviously the armor mechanic allows for that. And perhaps that's kind of the issue here, is that perhaps the issue is that the armor mechanic wouldn't be of much benefit. Obviously the warrior still has shield slam and such. I like that they don't let you heal above 30 on the one hand, because it's another way to differentiate from magic. But again, here Alex Straza is a great example of why it wouldn't matter too much, because you can always do fun stuff like this. Okay, okay. Mark of Nature. No, we don't need to Mark of Nature. We can Stormwind Champion. Oop. I almost healed the wrong thing then. That would have been bad. I could have restored this to full health. Alternatively, I could have hit him in the face. Maybe could have done that. But I wanted to keep his board clear because, you know, there's every chance. If I was a warlock, I would almost certainly be running the one where you blow up your own minion and crush it across everyone. Oh, interesting. The synergies. Oh, the synergy. Okay. Now we could swipe.
What to do? For the Alliance! Thank you. For the Wild.
Heal you up a little so he can't just ping. You know, because he'll be running Mortal Coil, of course, in his 10 mana deck. Chromagus would be good to get out, but I think keeping 2 minions alive on our board is more beneficial. You know, we could have had Chromagus and this 1 health dude, but with nothing to protect him. Is he running Mortal Coil? Oh, the implosion. Okay. Okay. Implosion's a good card. My Exna. Five damage, 13. Not quite enough. Bonk. Bonk. Would have loved to combo Chromagus into the Starfire. Sadly, don't have the mana for that. I'd actually love to see them implement a Tavern Brawl where you got more than 10 mana. In fact, they could do some interesting stuff with that. What about, hey, this time you get 60 cards in your deck, but you draw 2 cards a hand and your mana goes up twice as fast, up to a maximum of 20. So your mana goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on each turn, up to 20. Double the cards, draw twice as much. I think that would be really interesting. Oh. Oh.
For the wild. Job's done.
You should always go face. Stop him from tapping too much. I wonder if I should have attacked my Exner there so I could kill it next turn.
My shield for Argus.
Ah, well, there's my answer. Go on, you know you want to tap. Starfire. Bam. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rough Tims. Will survive.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
But probably not enough because my Exner can kill that. That one turn could be enough to pull another Starfire. But we'll see. We'll see. Or the swipe now. They've put themselves into swipe range. Ooh, Blingtron. That's a... I guess that's not really a risk. Oh, the Ogre Warmaul. Okay, that wins it. That wins it.
Well played.
Ooh. Ooh, not even going to use the Warmaul.
Well played.
You could have hit me with that first. But even bigger overkill. Okay, well, it's been a thoroughly successful session. We've won precisely 0 games. But we've seen some interesting stuff, definitely. Rough times in the heart of the Sunwell. But I hope you've enjoyed the episode anyway. I've certainly enjoyed playing. It's nice to win, but ultimately, you know, not losing out too much. I feel okay about that. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I've been Ken. If you've had a good time, be sure to like it. Drop me a comment. Tell me how bad my decks were. Tell me how you would have improved them. And I will catch you next time. Cheers!